Hey guys, my name is Delgado, project manager for ArmA 3 Life. Welcome to Dev Update number 38.
37, Johannes.
Oh, what? Alright guys, we're bringing to you a new map, Sahrani, but we're going to go ahead and retexture it for you guys. We'll be changing up a lot of stuff on it. We will be renaming the map to something more suitable for our life mod. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and as the new skins come out and the new textures and new buildings, we'll gladly show them to you. Hope you guys take an interest into it. Let's take a look.
There's a voice that is calling. It's calling for me to go beyond where I've always been longing. I'm longing to find where I belong. Soon this fight will come to an end. The Valkyrie chose to defend.
Alright guys, so our HUD is kind of outdated, so we decided to make it a new upgrade. Since we are based in the future, we decided to base everything on your player interaction around a tablet. So let's go ahead and open that up right now. Alright, cool. So as you can see, there's the background. Eventually you'll be able to tell what temperature it is, how the weather is, and of course the nation name, which is in this case Lakeside right now. As you see, there are many applications. Right now we only have 3 set up, but eventually your screen will be covered with them. There's a company application, the bank application, and settings. So let's go ahead and take a look at the company application, okay? So go ahead and click it. Now you're gonna see a bunch of tabs pop up. This is how you will manage your company, assuming you are a company owner, or if you're just a regular member looking to check what your pay is, what kind of jobs you are, etc. So if you look at manager, you see the company name, your position, your salary, company funds, and your job description. If you go to property, you'll see what your currently there's nothing there, but you'll see what your company owns and what buildings that you're allowed into. Roster, of course, will obviously tell you who's working for your company or working with you in the company, etc. Stuff like that. Orders is where you'll look at order sheets that you have to fill, assuming that you do business with other companies or people. Next is salaries, which obviously shows you what you're getting paid for, for that position, etc. If you're a company boss, you could create a new position, so forth. So so with the new tablet system, you'll be able to open your bank account. For instance, if you go look at the bank application, once you close out and you reopen it, you'll insert a PIN code, and then eventually you'll be able to see your personal or your business funds. Now, this tablet is going to be core to the gameplay, as players will be needing to access it at key moments. So it's going to be essential that you guys familiarize yourself with it and get used to it, because like I said, it will become an essential tool to you in ArmA 3 life. Alright guys, so over the next couple of weeks we will show you more info and more detail into how our mining and factory systems will work. So today we're going to go ahead and show you our mining system. Now this has been worked on and heavily modified, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So let's go ahead and head down there to the field and let's go collect some more.
Alright, move it.
Rock the beat.
Alright guys, so behind me is one of our new add-ons. It's essentially a big old rock full of coal. Now our objective is to get to that coal. So as what you see our camera guy holding is basically a tool to mine this stuff. We're gonna go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and get some guys to mine it, and we'll show you after that. Let's get stage 1 done. Alright guys, go ahead and start mining it. Let's go, drill it.
Rock the beat. Rock the beat.
Alright guys, so once mining has completed, essentially there's going to be a hole in the rock. That signifies to you that it's time for you to begin to place explosives in there. Which, when that happens, then that's when your explosive expert will tell you a countdown, and essentially it's time to clear the area. So we're going to go ahead and let our camera guy put an explosive in there. As for the rest of you, I suggest we move back. Alright, cool. Alright guys, so once the explosives go off, this is what's going to be left, and this is what you got to get to your factory. So let's go ahead and do that, guys. Let's go ahead and load this up in the vehicles. Come on. Let's load up on the left vehicle and the right vehicle. You can load up on either. They're both occupied. Guys.
You feeling me? Head to the crib, AOC. How we do it? How we do it? And the cake, I said we blew it. Baby girl, see your body looking right. And I'ma be rubbing up on it all night. Go with the flow, so don't even try to fight. And your shoes ain't only what's tight. Girl, I see you naked. I think that we should tape it. Girl, I see you naked. I think that we should tape it. Girl, I see you naked. I think that we should tape it. Tape it.
Now, obviously, guys, you gotta understand this is still pre-alpha, so like I said, there will be bugs encountered, but we will fix them as soon as we can, and we hope to deliver a quality product. Go ahead and finish up, guys. We're on a schedule here. I got all day.
Goddamn, have me saying, oh my God, 3 years? Yup, that's a lot. Stop the beat, it's my favorite part. So come again, shawty you a 10, and I bring down straight to the bed. I already lost you, wasn't trying to lose you again. Got you unlocked, I ain't mean dreads.
Alright, let's go to the factory. That's a good question.
Alright, so you want to move straight forward to the road, straight ahead? Well, okay, I'll run. Yeah, straight ahead, take a left turn. Then keep heading down to the main road, take a left turn at the main road, keep going, you'll see the factory on the left hand side eventually, behind a common sign, or next to a common sign.
naked. I think that we should tape it. Girl, I see you naked. I think that we should tape it. Tape it.
Right, here we are.
Alright, get it. Go ahead and load your stuff up first. Alright guys, so this is our first process into loading equipment into this, or loading our, I guess you want to call it a haul. So I'm going to go ahead and let Kaden do it first before I attempt to do it. Hey Zannaza, if you want to go ahead and hop in that driver's seat. Alright, keep on opening it, keep on opening it. There you go.
Beautiful.
Got it. Alright, Kaden, hold still. Don't take off yet. Kaden, stop. Kaden, stop. Alright guys, obviously we will have more things to help you take it out of, to take stuff out of, but as for right now, this is what we got. Alright Kaden, you can go ahead and take off. Go ahead and park the vehicle next to the side. Zannaza, go ahead and begin backing up. Slowly, 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 stop. Okay. Alright guys, so this is our new factory. As you see, there's new stuff in here. This will have to be bought by the player to put inside their factory for it to be rendered useful. I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to Steaker now, where he can actually explain this to you full on. Alright guys, Steaker, your show.
Alright guys, so welcome to the factory. As you can see outside here, we've got a bunch of smelting equipment and ovens in here in the factory, and that is because this is specifically a smelting factory. And there are two other types of factories that you could own in ArmA 3 Life, and those are a manufacturing factory and also an oil refinery. But this one is dedicated to smelting, and that is, well, turning ores into bars that we can use for manufacturing later. So, this room is what we call the monitoring room. What you will be able to do here is you'll be able to watch the screens and monitor all of the levels in the factory as the factory manager. And this information is currently displayed on your screen in the top right corner. It's just to make it simpler for us for debugging purposes, and we can also show you a little bit easier by doing it that way. So, the information you can monitor there are stuff like pressure, the coal mass, and the heater. So let's see what we can do with this. The first thing we need to do is we need to place all of our raw ores into this smelting oven. So the way to plan this is we need to make sure we're going to attempt to make steel bars. So we want to put double the amount of iron to the amount of coal, so the proportions of 2 to 1. So let's start placing some iron in here first of all. We just grab the iron and we can open up a menu there in this oven to actually place it. So yeah, when we do this, the oven content updates on the debugging, and let's place another one. So when we place 2, we'll have to place a coal to get the right proportions to make a steel bar. Grab a coal here. So we've now got 3 iron and 1 coal. That means we need 1 more iron and 1 more coal to make it proportionate. Alright, so our contents in the oven are now 4 iron ore and 2 coal, which means we got proportions for 2 steel bars. So let's fire this thing up. The way this system works is to convert the ores into bars, we need to reach the melting temperature of the item that we want to create. So in this case, just for debugging, we've set the steel temperature to 2000 degrees Celsius. And you can see the degrees Celsius in your top right corner where it says upper temperature in the debugging hints. We need to get that up to 2000 degrees Celsius. So the way to do this is to start applying coal to the heater that I'm standing next to over here. We need to apply coal to it in order to heat it up. But the tricky thing about this is once you start heating this up, you see an increase in pressure. The pressure right now is 101 kilopascals, which is regular ocean level temperature or pressure. But once this starts rising, it'll risk exploding. So to combat the increasing temperature, we'll need to apply cooling, this is just a placeholder model for cooling. We'll get a proper model later on. But once you switch this thing on, which Caden can demonstrate by opening his interaction menu and hitting switch on, and it'll start cooling. So it'll say cooling true. It will decrease the pressure. Right now the pressure is already at the lowest limit, so it doesn't decrease. And it'll start adding impurity to the metal compound in there. And you don't want to reach a purity level under 70% or the metal will fail. Switch this off. Alright, so it's time to start booting this factory up. So the way to do that, as I said, is to apply coal to this heater right here. When we do that, we'll see an increase in temperature and we'll see an increase in pressure. So let's start. So you see on the debugging screen that the coal mass increases. It's now at about 30 kilograms and the temperature rapidly starts increasing. So as I said, our goal is to get this temperature to 2000 degrees Celsius, and when that happens we'll get our steel. But we still need to keep the pressure under 120 kilopascals. And as you see, it's now approaching 104. So what we need to do is we need to walk over to this cooler over here, and if we hit the cooler and switch it on, you can go ahead and do that, and watch the pressure. Pressure rapidly starts decreasing, but the purity starts decreasing too. So we need to keep the purity over 70%, so that's why I'm switching it off now. So it's now not cooling anymore, and the pressure is rapidly rising again. So we need to monitor all of these different levels to make sure that our factory is safe and nothing blows up. So the coal mass is at about 50 kilograms, and our temperature is increasing. It's approaching 2000 degrees. So we won't have access to this on the actual live mod. We won't have access to this information. But what will happen is there will be a factory manager sitting in the office room here, and he will actually tell everyone what their duties are and what they should do at what time to provide some coordination in the factory. Alright, so we'll fast forward it a little bit. As you can see on the temperature, it's got a temperature of over 3000 degrees Celsius. So that's more than we needed, but yeah, overheated a little bit. So what's happened now is that it's melted in the smelting oven, and we've now turned our ores into two large steel bars. So what we'll see when we go back here and open up the menu, we've got two steel bars that we can take. And the next thing to do with these is to put them in our factory storage, which we can see over at the tipped over box over here. And there it will remain until it can find a better use. The way it will usually work is that the company that owns the factory will sell this steel bar to another company which has a manufacturing factory, and that steel bar will be used to make items like cars and weapons, stuff that you'd need and produce in a factory. So this is this is basically the whole process from getting ores from the mining and taking it to your factory and turning it into a bar.